What's going on, guys? Tony Maritato here, physical therapist, and in this video I want to show you how I'm going to turn a simple over-the-door pulley system into a resistance exercise using objective measures, using weights that you can track progress with. So this is a sandbag. This is a sandbag kettlebell that I purchased on Amazon. What I love about this, it's got a canvas outside coating, so even if I drop this, it doesn't matter. It's not going to damage the floor. It's not like a steel plate. These things are super easy to use. This one is 10 pounds. You can buy variable weights, but if you don't want to go buy something fancy, you can use a simple gallon jug, maybe an empty water gallon jug that you can fill with different levels of water. The more water you put in, the heavier it is. But this is our Rangemaster pulley system, and what we're going to do today is we're going to loop one of the handles through the handle of the sandbag. I'm just going to make a simple knot, nothing tight, because I'm going to use this in different ways. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to readjust the length of this just so you can kind of see what it's going to look like. So as I let this go down, it's going to pull up on the handle. Now, I don't have enough range of motion here, right? This isn't stretching my shoulder, it's not doing anything. But what's great about this, if you have been working with your physical therapist on what's called passive range of motion. Passive range of motion is when your therapist lifts the arm for you, you do not do anything to help. That is the chief objective, to maintain mobility, usually after surgery. Most rotator cuff repair protocols require passive range of motion only during the first 4 to 6 weeks until the surgeon is progressing you to more active assisted range of motion than active range of motion. But one of the modifications you can do if you're looking for something to do at home is if I want my right shoulder to get a little bit of mobility, but I don't want to use the muscles that lift the shoulder, what I can do is I can sit back, I can bring the load down, put it into my right hand. And so now what happens is, as I take the resistance in my right, this would be an isometric shoulder extension because I'm pushing down. Now as I relax the shoulder, the weight is what actually pulls me up. If I want to be in a position that does not activate the supraspinatus and the musculature on top of the shoulder, this is an ideal scenario. Too often, when I see patients use pulley systems incorrectly at home, what they're actually doing is they're using the involved extremity and lifting it as opposed to allowing the pulley to do the work. So when I hook up an external load, this 10-pound sandbag, for example, I am actually pulling down the entire time while the pulley system is passively lifting my shoulder, lifting my arm up into the air. Now, depending on the length of the rope, depending on the height of the door, obviously we can go higher or lower. If I felt like, hey, my elbow right at this level is about equal with my shoulder, that means the shoulder is at about 90 degrees of flexion. Maybe I want to go a little bit further, so I can pull it down. I can reset the handle so that I increase the elevation, which is the flexion of the shoulder. And in this situation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of bring it up. We'll lock it into a new position here. Let me spin that around. Perfect. And so now I'm going to let this pull me up. The weight of the sandbag is doing all the work. My shoulder is completely relaxed. One of the other issues we see often in the clinic is we see what's called a shoulder hike. When clients are trying to improve overhead reaching, they tend to raise the shoulder just like this. And so as a therapist, what we do is we reset them. So I can grab this, I can kind of pull it down. As the patient allows the shoulder to rise, once I see that shoulder lift, I stop. I get them to do 5 shoulder shrugs where they focus on the depression side, and then we go a little bit higher. And then I can do 5 more of these little shoulder shrugs. Another way to look at this is what we call contract, relax. I contract, I relax, contract, relax, let it go a little higher. And we just continue to repeat this cycle until the arm essentially is overhead, the shoulder is completely relaxed, there's space between my earlobe and the top of the shoulder, there's no pain, there's no discomfort, and we're passively being stretched in an overhead flexion position. So guys, the whole goal here is to give you some ideas about how you can start to use the pulley system that you've been using to add resistance, to add some versatility, to mix up the programming. You know, the thing about our bodies are amazingly adaptive. And so if you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again, you're not really getting any more improvement because your body has adapted to the stimulus. Stimulus could be resistance, it could be intensity, it could be speed, duration, frequency. If you vary those factors, you can trigger the adaptation response, which triggers the improvement. So guys, I just want to share ideas with you. Please don't think this is medical advice. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm asking you to watch these videos, enjoy the education, talk to your therapist about what you can do at home, and maybe you can share some of these ideas so that you can keep the programming fresh, enjoyable, and continue to progress through the process until you're back to doing the things that you love to do. As always, guys, if you like the content, the best way to show your support, click the subscribe button, share the video if you have the opportunity, and hit that thumbs up so that we can help more people watch these videos and get some new ideas. Guys, I'll catch you on the next video.